Right, hello there, everyone. Welcome back to the Kop TV. We may be joined by a few more guests throughout the show. In fact, let me get the better layout. Can I get a better layout? This one. I don't like this one. That's well better. Do you agree, Tammy? This one's well better.
100% better.
It's better. It's also a pleasure to be joined by Tammy. We always see each other at the games and stuff like that. Tammy is one of the most loyal and amazing Liverpool supporters and just most wonderful people that I've ever met. Such a kind soul. It's always a pleasure to be on camera with her, whether watching it or or interviewing. I've had a few interviews with you, haven't I, Tammy? And honestly, the support that you show this channel and myself included is honestly more than appreciated. So thank you for coming on.
Always a pleasure. It's nice to be back.
It's good to have you back. I just think it could have been better in under better circumstances. I suppose we should start. My opinion on it. I've gave my opinion a few times now, so I'll give it one more time, just for you, Tammy, and then you can say what you want to say about the game. The thing for me and the main argument that I'm trying to dispute, by the way, guys, thank you for tuning in. If you can smash a like and subscribe, that'd be amazing. Again, we're hopefully getting more people into this stream as well. The main thing that I want to get the point across is the fight, Tammy. You know, when you're Liverpool Football Club, off the basis that Shankly and Bob Paisley built this club off and made it the club that it is today, and then when Jurgen Klopp first came in, where yet we never had the most technically gifted players, but we had that fight, we had that running. And today, when I saw the statistic, not even at the end of the game, of Man United have sprinted 106 times opposed to us sprinting 100. I think it was 62 times opposed to their 106. That is not good enough from a Liverpool team. And the minimum I want to see when you've got a lack of momentum or a lack of quality in a certain moment is that fight, and we just didn't have that. And that is why, Tammy, I don't know if you've wrote us off for the league yet, and if you do, fair enough. I am getting there. I said before, I think we've got a 30% chance of winning the league as where we stand. And Robertson's on the screen now. I'd actually love to listen to him because I hope them players are fucking fuming with themselves, with the standards that they set themselves. And because they set themselves them standards, we set them standards. Only through their own hard work, though, Tammy. Not out of ridiculousness. This is a team that's got 90 plus points on 3 different occasions. They can beat Manchester United, especially this one. But what you can't go out there and do is go out and perform like that week in, week out. Because the second that you readjust your performance levels is the second we have to readjust our expectations. And today, the only positive I am going to find is Harvey Elliot and Fabio Carvalho when he came on the pitch. I thought he made a very, very, very solid impact. Everyone else, hang your head in shame.
It was just disappointing all over, to be honest. Like, I can't even describe the disappointment we're all going through now. I mean, the team from when the first whistle went to that final whistle, we just didn't show up. We didn't show any energy. We didn't want to go forward. We were stationary the whole game. No urgency. I think the only player that really showed a bit of urgency, like you said, was Harvey Elliott, making him probably our best player. But there wasn't anyone really going for it. And we set these high standards because we've seen over the past few seasons how we can go and play big teams, we play the Champions League games, play these big Premier League games and get a result. And these first 3 Premier League games, arguably, we should have had a result in all 3. And we've come out with absolutely nothing from them.
But Tammy, can I ask you a question? Do you think that we should have got points out of these games based on the expectation going into them? So going into Fulham, you should win. Palace, you should win. But based on the performance that you've seen, do you still walk away from those games and think we should have got more out of that game today?
No, we should. I'm surprised we got a goal in the end, to be honest. I think we didn't even deserve a goal out of it.
I was there like, it's going to be 2-0, the game's finished. Yeah.
As soon as that second goal went in from Rashford, I was like, it's just not our day. Nothing's going to happen for us in this game. If we manage to salvage anything from it, then fair enough. And obviously we got that goal and it didn't change the game. Nothing changed. It just was like, oh, okay, well, we scored. Now try and make it through to the end of the game. We just need... Injuries are costing us again. Another season where injuries are costing us.
So Tammy, do you think that's the main problem? So opposed to blaming the players or blaming the manager, would you say the main reason for our downfall at the moment is the injuries that we've got? Because, of course, we never had Thiago, who's a very main player. We never had Nunez and we never had Jota. In your opinion, do you think that's the main factor?
I think, to be honest, there's so many contributing factors that you can't put it down to just one. I mean, yes, the injuries are costing us. We need to sign a midfielder. the players aren't going for it. There's no urgency. It's like I was saying, and we're just missing that extra spark that we've had the last few seasons that we've not got now. But I think that could come from our injuries, or it could come from needing a new signing. It's 50-50 split between them.
Definitely. I think T-Boys TV's made a phenomenal point here. The high line got exposed way more than usual and has been throughout the season. I want to talk about Van Dijk real quick because I'm not being funny or not. And Tammy, let me know if you disagree. I think he's had a very poor start to the season and I think he was terrible today as well. I think the goal that Sancho scored, how dare you stand there like the Statue of Liberty when you're that good of a centre-back and that much of a presence and you're just letting Sancho score. The second that Sancho scooped on there...
Really? Was he actually there?
Well, the thing is, from a player point of view, Tammy, Sancho, who's got the ability to be able to skin a player, and he skinned James Milner, he sent him into next year. But what then you have is a situation where you've got a big 6'4" centre-back, who's the best centre-back in the league, and whether you fear him or not, you have to concern about Virgil van Dijk being in front of you, even with an open goal. But you do not have to have that same concern if he's not charging at you. The same way a boxer doesn't have to have a concern about a boxing opponent who isn't boxing him. You don't have to worry about that. Just because it's a boxing opponent doesn't mean that you've got to worry about him. Van Dijk, just because he's Van Dijk, doesn't mean that Sancho had to worry about him in that moment because he didn't move an inch. He stood there like this. He was chilling. He was hoping for the best. And the next thing you know, what happens is what happens. And it was the start of a really poor demise from Liverpool. And to be honest with you, Tammy, I don't know if you agree, but I just think enough people aren't talking about the really poor performances that Van Dijk has shown so far.
Well, I was making notes through games as I normally do, but constantly I've written 4 or 5 times Van Dijk questionable, because he's just not... He wasn't giving anything or contributing anything to the team the whole game. And I was kind of hoping we could make a substitution, but we don't have the players or we've got the injuries to bring on anyone to replace him. So it's kind of like, yes, he's there and he is a presence because he is the wall that is Virgil van Dijk. But this whole season, since the start, when we played Fulham, you haven't really heard much from him or seen anything of him to make you go, oh, wow, Virgil van Dijk's here and he's playing for Liverpool and doing the things he's been doing the last 2-3 seasons. Because he just hasn't.
Yeah, 100% agree, especially when it's a presence. It's just such a huge miss. Another presence within the squad is James Milner. And I love James Milner, and I don't want anyone to think that, like, I'm finished with James Milner. Players who have had a more significant role before can still have a significant role now, just with less involvement. I look at James Milner as that 7th choice option for midfield. So you've got your starting 3, you've got the 3 behind them, and then you've got Milner, who can come on either through an injury crisis, which, yes, we sort of have, but we have Fabinho available today, so I'm not really having it. Or if you're winning a game 2-1, 1-0, and you need someone to slow down the game, dictate the pace and stuff like that. Milner is very good for that. But when you're chasing a goal, let's forget about the fact he started the game. But in big 2022, you've got a 37-year-old James Milner who's shown good signs of his attack and play before, but he's never been world-class at attacking. To go up against what was a very well set out Manchester United team defensively in a moment where they're 2-0 up and you keep him on the whole game. Was the whole game? Or either way, I remember him getting to fucking 80 minutes or something like that.
Yeah, he got substituted.
Absolutely ludicrous to my brain cells how he's been taken off before certain players, or how he hasn't been taken off. I am very with Jurgen Klopp. The man knows way more about... Like, I'd have never been able to get Liverpool to where it is now if I was the manager. Never. Not a chance, mate.
I don't think many would.
But I also think that even the best managers in world football would agree that starting Milner in today's age is just a little bit of a questionable thing. And it showed. It showed that it's not the quality that we should be having for right now. We need to improve. There's no if... With the pardon the classic saying, but there's no if, buts, or maybes about
it. With the options we've got available, it's kind of like you need a reliable player like Milner. Maybe starting him isn't the best option we have, but when you've got a player with that experience and of that caliber that you can go and put in your starting lineup, just to give that bit of calmness. And he was more of a captain than Henderson today, and I think we did rely on Milner a bit more than we did Henderson, but. Yeah, Milner at his age, I'm happy him being in the squad. I'm hoping this is one of his last seasons before he sort of either goes into management or takes one of those managerial roles in the back staff. But I just Milner starting, probably not every game, but in a game like today when we've got the injuries, we need someone reliable. I think Milner's probably one of our only choices.
Do you know what? Good arguments, but the way I had to set out that midfield is either Fabio or Harvey over Milner, and that's just my opinion. I've not seen a significant perform well by Milner in the last couple of seasons where he started the game and finished the game and played really well and got an 8 out of 10. I saw him come off the bench and get a 7. I saw him play 60 minutes of a game of football and get 7s. That's even when he's starting. But I haven't watched him start a game and get to near the end of the game where he's had a really, really good performance in recent times.
I do think we should have bought him off a lot earlier than we did, and I think we should have made our substitutions a lot earlier because it did make...
But you don't think starting him was a problem?
Say again?
But you don't think starting him was a problem?
Not really in today's game. Just because he is that reliable. But
do you know why that's fair?
Earlier, maybe.
Yeah. Do you know why that's fair though, Tammy? And sorry if I speak over you a little bit. I haven't got my earphones in because mine are broke. I'm going to get some new ones soon, so I won't be speaking over you in future streams. I just have a lot to say about today's game. But with Milner, I get your logic with him starting and it not being a bad thing because Harvey Elliott's in the midfield. He's young and he needs that guidance. Milner's such a huge leader in a game like this. But where you hit the nail on the head is it was the length of the game. I think that was my problem. I don't even think it was starting. I think it was when it got to half-time, I was like, right, I'm ready for Milner to be subbed off. And that's when it should have been done. That's when it should have been done. If it happened that way, I'm happy.
Yeah. Latest 50th minute, I would have said, now he's got to come off and we've got to make the substitutions. But the Klopp made the decision, and did it cost us the game? Probably not. But I don't think there was anything major that Klopp could have done or anyone that we could have bought off the bench that was really going to change the game around and make it completely different because we just don't have that spark. Our bench looked worse than United's. Man United just outplayed us today, and I think if you start picking on specific players, it was an all-round terrible performance.
Yeah.
We got outplayed all over the field, start to finish.
100% agree, and I think you've hit the nail on the head there. I don't know if you have any positives about the game, or even any additional negatives, any concerns going forward in the season, anything that you think Klopp could have and should have done differently, and what we need to do going forward to improve. I don't know if there's anything else that you'd like to add on or touch on before we fully wrap up this video.
I mean, there is a slight positive from today's game. And that is
wait there before you say anything. I am looking forward to this chat. I need this positive to be so fucking positive because Tammy, this could be the difference of my night being saved. Maybe. And I'll be honest, I do not think you're going to achieve that feat. So I'm looking forward to this, and I wish you the best.
Setting a high standard here, James. Setting a high standard.
No, go on. Go
right,
for it.
The positive I'm going to present to you is Harvey Elliot.
Okay, I agree.
Like, if it wasn't him, we could have been so much worse today. And honestly, all season since the beginning of Fulham and all that, Harvey Elliot has just carried us through a little bit more, I think. But that is literally the only... I'm clasping at straws here, but...
I agree. I think like a lot of people are saying Harvey weren't that great himself, but it's hard for a young creative player to come into a team that was so discombobulated like he was today and look like they were playing well. He had the right idea. He was putting the ball in the right areas. Yeah, exactly.
He was everywhere. He was just popping
the ball in the right areas, which is what Trent weren't doing that. Robertson weren't doing that. Harvey Elliott was fucking doing it. He was trying to get those tiki-taka passes going, but instead we persisted to pass it back to the fucking fullbacks and put the ball over the top, which is not sustainable when you want to go in a title race. And also, it's very fucking predictable when you've done it for a few games. It's very predictable on how you handle that. It's
Harvey Elliott was the only player going for it today. Harvey Elliott was the only player trying. Like,
because he's a proper Liverpool fan, I think, even in moments like this, and because he's new, he is like an experienced member of the squad, and he's got a point to prove. You can see he was fighting for everything today. Even now, the highlight that I'm watching, Harvey was just pressing down Elanga like there was nothing, and he was doing it in other moments as well.
Harvey was doing everyone's work for them.
Yeah, and he's a 19-year-old kid. It's fucking bewildered me. Hang on a minute,
It
just trying
scares
to
me he's the
find
same age as me and he's doing
the
things
Will
like that.
Yeah, crazy. He's lovely. I met Harvey Elliott the other day as well.
Oh, don't mention that. I was so jealous.
I saw him in town with Alex, Mario. Literally the whole Kop TV squad was there except you and Ruby.
I was so jealous because I've said all along the one player I want to meet is Harvey Elliott, and I was on holiday and then saw
Out
that.
of everyone!
Sad.
Out of everyone! What the fuck, chat? Are we calling this a W or a L? If you all had the chance to meet a Liverpool player, and I'm mates, like I'm not like proper mates, I'm making it sound like yeah we're boys. Like I'm sweet with Harvey, like we speak sometimes and we sound. I don't even think I'd choose him. I think I'd choose like Salah or
Henderson. They're my three. Is that Harvey, Diaz, Henderson?
I'd probably go with Virg, me. Yeah, there's Milner having a go with Van Dijk as well. Which is one thing that I loved about Milner. That's what I loved about Milner. It can be very easy for someone of Van Dijk's stature to get a bit ahead of himself, but in any job role in life, there is always a superior to your superior. So Van Dijk is the superior of Gomez, but Milner is the superior of Van Dijk based on experience.
Yeah. But Milner is the manager on the pitch. That's why we have him at the end there. I think that's why we play him a bit more sometimes.
Yeah, 100%. Mario, before we get you involved, I'll get your opinion on it now. Just dead quick, Tammy. The goal, was it offside for you? It looked offside from the angle they shown, but it was that close that I don't really care. We were shit anyway.
I think it was offside, but it doesn't matter now, does it?
It's just the way they put the line on Sky Sports. It made it look like it was clearly offside. At first, I was like, nah, it's not offside. Then I was like, yeah, it is. Oh, and then it was like onside.
Saying it was offside the whole time, but it doesn't matter now, does it? They counted it and VAR said it was, so it is what it is. 2-0.
Dead wank. Mario. Hello. Do you know, before you say anything, my friends, I love you, lad.
Me too,
We love Mario.
No, we love Mario. I love you, lad. And I'm only telling you that I love you because I don't want you to be very depressed right now. I want you to know that there's people out there who really love you.
I can't change my mood, bro. I'm pissed. I'm depressed. Exactly. This is the right way to say it. It's difficult to accept when you lose against Man United, especially in the way we are approaching the games. That was, how many times we play against United in the last season.
I'm still listening. I'm just trying to find my phone. Sorry, Mario.
No worries.
And in between my legs, I'm such a donut. Sorry, Mario.
Can I go?
Yeah, Mario.
No worries. The thing is, losing against Man United, it's part of the game. It can't happen. Of course, it's painful for us. It's devastating, but it's part of the game. The defeats. The thing is, the bad thing today was our approach of the game. We didn't play. We didn't try to do things. We didn't try to put like grit, to nothing. I don't know. I can't explain why this fucking bad attitude. Man United, they show us how to play in these games. And this is, if I say this one, that means it's something that, it's a proper heartbreaking for me to say this one. So the defender, Martinez, the defender next to Varane, he was the man of the match. You tell me, who the fuck is Martinez now? Who is it? Who is this guy? I don't even know him, but he was the man of the match. So I don't know what's the problem. I don't understand. Just you explain me, guys, because I don't understand which one is our problem at the moment. For me, Mario, the title race is still open. Of course, I always believe, know this. I always believe. It's just, this is strange season. Very, very strange season. Yesterday, Chelsea lose 3-0. Man United Man City drop points. It's going to be very, very weird season. So every team will drop points. That's for sure. But at the moment, at this point, what's our problem, lads? I don't understand if it's mentally problem, physically problem. Look Firmino. Look tonight, Firmino. He was a ghost. He was a proper ghost.
I actually forgot he was playing at some point.
Exactly. We play with 10 men. Keita, where is Keita? He should play this game. He can make, I don't like Keita, of course, but he's that kind of player. Technically, he's very good. He can make the difference games like this. Where is Keita? Where is it?
We need players that make the difference, and we just didn't have that today.
Was Keita available today?
Huh? He wasn't available. He wasn't even on the bench. He wasn't on the bench.
Was he available? Was he fit?
I don't know. This is the
he is
point.
injured.
Oh, okay. Nah, never. I thought you said he was fit, but Klopp never used him. Okay, fair enough.
No. He wasn't
By the
even
way,
on the bench. So
I just
No,
want to say that
pretty
quick
sure
before
he's
we
injured.
continue the discussion. What the noise was on my phone was not exotic pornography. It was literally like a meme. Do you know that meme? Oh no! And it's like dead squeaky. Oh no! Oh no! It's that basically. Either way,
Right,
don't call me dodgy. Right. In conclusion to what Mario's just said, I agree with everything. I thought the fight weren't there. I don't think the title race is completely out of question, but I think we've given ourselves a very little chance of being able to claw that back. Not claw it back in terms of points tally, because City have dropped points on other teams as well. But just in terms of that momentum, just in terms of that drive, I think one thing that we're about to see, which is crazy off the back of the great season that we just had, we literally played every possible game of football. 1 point off missing the Premier League, 1 goal away from Champions League, and we won 2 trophies. And how in that same season that we achieved all that, we had that with great squad depth. Minamino, Origi to bring off the bench, Mane, and everyone in between. However, now, Mario, you were asking a question before. Whose fault is it? Whose fault is it that we're in this position? And I'm not trying to say it's all Jurgen's or all the players or anyone. I think it is a bit of everything. And in terms of Jurgen, right, which I think he made a few mistakes today, but I think he's making a huge mistake by keeping this, the squad small. I know we're not going to go out and spend 80 million on midfielders and shit like that. But if Klopp went into the office and said, listen, we just need a bit more. We just need a bit more. One more player to solidify that midfield to make sure that we're definitely safe. Can you get me a midfielder? I am sure FSG, as tight as they are, would not sit there and go, no, we're not going to give you no midfielder. We'll go out and get you a loan player. We'll go out and get you someone for 15, 20 million, someone who can help us for now and benefit us in the short term. But no, they don't do that. And I don't think it's because they don't want to. I think it's because Klopp is going there the same way he's going on Sky Sports and saying we're in good shape. We're in good shape squad-wise, which he's got to say. But I think he genuinely believes it. And that, whether you like it or you don't, is going to negatively impact results like today. Because when you go 2-1, if you bring on an Origi, that's a different story. If you can bring on a Mane, or if you can bring on either Diaz or Firmino from the bench if Mane was starting, then you have a different story.
Exactly, lads.
That's what I was trying to say earlier, though, about the spark as well. Like, we just don't have a bench that have any spark to bring on to change a game.
I bet you Núñez would have been a better option than Milner today.
Yeah.
I think, or one of those midfielders. Like Henderson hasn't been in great form recently. Never had a great game today. So, why don't you go out and buy someone?
Try to do something.
45 million isn't bags and bags. I don't know if anyone wants to follow up on what I've just said. It looked like Mario was about to say something.
No, I'm
Mario's in his own world. He's there like, I do not know what to say.
For me, the games against United are always like, special games, stuff like that, anything like this.
Mario, I finally found out why we lost. Mario, read the comments. It's because they never played your speech at half time.
I told you, Mario, you need to get in the change room at half time. Where were you?
Mario, this is all your fault, Mario.
It's my fault. It's my fault. I agree with her.
Klopp should be using you as the halftime team talk.
No, defo. Guys, is there any final points that you just want to say before we wrap this video up?
Come on, Tammy, you start first.
Mario leaving me under pressure.
Oh my God, I have a game of rock, paper, scissors. To see who goes first.
The thing is, of course, 3 points, 3 games, 2 points. If you see the league table at the moment,
Mario,
we are on the 16th place in the league, which is
16th. I thought we were lower. I'll take that.
No, it's 16th place of the,
right.
which is devastating.
Relegation.
Exactly, which is devastating. So okay, it's just after 3 games. Leave it. Don't think about that. Don't even look about the league classification. So the next game, Bournemouth. James, my point is, I'm scary because we need to play another 2 games with Firmino striker because Jota and Núñez, they're not available. Of course, I want to see something different. I want to see different attitude from the players. This is the point. If we play with the attitude as a Liverpool, with that intensity that we always played, and which is the our best thing, our intensity. In that way, we can start to do something important and to get points, because we need points. At the moment, this is our problem. We need points. We got just 2 points. And what can I say? The Bournemouth game is going to be a tough game this season. Last season, maybe not, but this season is going to be, every game going to be tough this season. Every single game, every game. So, guys, just support and believe, and nothing to say anymore. We will see. We will see. I think the mentally against Bournemouth will be something different, because now Klopp is pissed. Now I saw him tonight. He was fighting with the referee. He was always arguing with the players, with Alisson, with. Did you see the Milner with Van Dijk? This is something that I didn't like. That scene is something.
Why didn't you like it, Mario?
I don't. I like in terms of, yes, he give him motivation, but it's something wrong in the team if we see something like that. Do you remember?
No, Mario, no, it's not. No, it's not. In my opinion, Mario, and I'm not trying
Maybe
to
I'm
just
wrong.
cut you off.
Hopefully I'm wrong, yeah.
I'm only saying it now just because I'll forget the point. I'm very much like that. I'll come up with a good point and then I'll forget it. The point is, I've already just nearly forgot it. The point is, though, with James Milner and doing that, I think the point was, you've done this 3 games in a row now. You stepped off Mitrovic, you stepped off Zaha, and now you've stepped off Sancho. Sort your fucking head out. Because best believe, Mario, they would have told him in training. They would have been like, Virgil, listen, I understand that you're intelligent and I understand you've got a high IQ when it comes to the game, but you really, really, really need to not be so stuck up your own ass sometimes the way you think you can block any ball just because you're 6'4". You need to go out and play it from time to time, and at the end of the day, you're costing us goals. It cost us a goal against Mitrovic. It cost us a goal against Zaha, and it cost us a goal against Sancho. It's not like these were just mistakes that he got away with.
No,
he cost us genuine mistakes for goals. And I understand Verge is in a position where he doesn't even like to get to the position where he has to defend. But guess what, mate? You're there for that reason. If it does get to the point where it's in the last line of defence and we rely on our centre-backs to recover the ball for the team, I'm sorry, Verge, but you're a part of that and you've got to do that.
I agree with that. I say I don't like...
Why, Mario, I think Milner has a go at him publicly. It was like, well, we're telling you behind the scenes and you're not fucking listening. Sort your shit out. Otherwise, it's going to cost us more points in more games. I think it was purely motivational. And I'm sure Verge would have took it in the right way.
But in this moment, I just understood that something is wrong with us at the moment. This is the point.
Do you think behind the scenes?
I completely agree with you, and I completely agree with Milner, because at the moment, Van Dijk is not that defender that we know, which is Van Dijk and how he plays, and he's the best defender in the world. At the moment, he's not the real Van Dijk. So he needs something like this from Milner, who's got the player with the more experience in the team. But the thing is, when you see scenes like this, means something is wrong with Liverpool. And this is the bad situation. Right. This is the bad situation. I don't want to see something like that, because that really means that we've got something wrong in the team, you know. I don't know, is the defensively, the midfielders, strikers. Man, we need strikers now. We need deep in the squad. We had 7 strikers last season. For that reason, we play 65 games. At the moment, we've got 4 + 1, Firmino, which is gone. Unfortunately, he's gone. So we've got 4 strikers with Jota. If we get any injuries, so at the moment, in the transfer market, we need 2 players, not 1 midfielder. We need 1 striker. We don't need to pay them 80, 90, 100 million. We need players which can help the team to improve. Good players. And I think we can find him. We've got how many days? Fucking 10 days until the transfer market close. So we've got 10 days to find a good midfielder and to find a good striker.
The problem is everyone knows we're desperate for him.
Or whatever, attacking midfielder or a striker. We need a proper striker. Let's be honest. We need a proper striker. So we will see. We will see what's going on. I don't know.
Yeah, man. I think that's a good way to round up the stream, guys. Thank you so much for coming on. I know it was like a bit shit and we got a bit emotional and we haven't ended on a happy note. So let's end it now. I love you.
I love you, lads. Up the fucking Reds always.
Same goes to the chat as well. Love for absolutely everyone who contributes to the channel. Thank you so much to the guys who are always coming onto the channel and contributing so much. Both Tammy and Mario are a huge part of this channel, very much a part of the family, just as much as all the subscribers are as well. If you want to be a part of it, subscribe and smash a couple of likes if you like the faces that you see on the Kop TV.
Always helps the channel.
Fucking, what's it called? I was literally just about to outro and I forgot. Apparently, I'm not good at YouTube. Thank you for watching. Like I said, like, subscribe, all that business. I don't know if the guys want to plug their Instagram. Does anyone want to?
I'll take the opportunity while I'm at it. I've got
Yeah,
YouTube.
you could get 85 followers here.
I'll save you, James. So I'm on YouTube, Tammy's Redman. Hopefully, getting content back Saturday with the football game. And then I've got my Instagram, which is the same at Tammy Redman.
You know that. Mario, you public on the socials yet, lad?
Yes, I'm using Facebook more than Instagram, which is for my age is normal. I'm unfortunately 33.
I love Mario's Facebook.
For the Argent,
when I told you last time, Jen, I feel old. Means I'm 33. I'm seriously feel old, man. You are 21. You're a proper fella. So
you're a proper fella. You're funny, you Mario. Behave yourself.
So yeah,
I don't even like social media.
Mario Juniski on Facebook and Mario Redmond on Instagram. Follow me, please, lads.
We love that. Please do support the guys because they support us and we support everyone. Yeah, and you all support us as well. Thank you for watching, team, and we will see you all in a bizzle.